This is the Durable Dad Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Geary. This show is going to give you the skills and tools you need to be a rock-solid man for your work, your community, and most importantly, your family. All right, what's up, guys? Today, I'm just going to dive right in. Today, I'm going to read and reflect on the Man in the Arena speech by Teddy Roosevelt. And it's a speech that is motivating. It was given in the early 1900s, and people are still quoting it, using it as inspiration today. I know that I get fired up when I listen to it, and it's come up a few times with the guys that I coach, and my buddy Craig named his podcast after the speech. And I wanted to kind of explore it a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to read it. And it's actually not the whole speech. Teddy Roosevelt was given a speech in Paris called Citizens in a Republic. And it was about growing a successful society in a way. I read a little bit more before this podcast, and it's pretty interesting. But what's really been pulled out of it is this part, and it's been called the Man in the Arena. So here we go. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how strong men stumble or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings, but who does actually strive to do the deeds. The man who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So that's the segment of the speech. I want to take that and look at it through the lens of a man, a father in this world. I'll say real quickly, I know there's women that listen to this podcast too, so this totally could be the woman in the arena. Women too. This podcast, I talk to the guys. So guys, like I said before, this speech always inspires me. And when I was thinking about doing this podcast, I was kind of lost. Like, why does it inspire me? What does being in the arena look like? So I brought it to my workout group. And this morning I led a workout, and towards the end of it, I read this speech and I just asked them, what does being in the arena mean to you? What's an example in your life of being in the arena? And the first couple guys brought up work. And I think dads, men, we do a really good job putting on that work face, diving in, being confident in the professional life that we have. And then when we get home as being a dad, it's not always as easy. And there's this transition in between the two. They're both different arenas. There's the arena at work and there's the arena at home. And I'm not going to talk about the transition so much as what it looks like to be in the arena as a father. And when I was at the workout this morning, this one dude brought up falling on his face with the arguments with his daughter. He was just like, I have these arguments that are very unreasonable between a 35 and 11-year-old. They shouldn't be happening, but they kind of keep happening. And he's still there. He's still showing up. As a dad, being in the arena is a huge accomplishment. We can go all in 100% dad mode. And it looks like being vulnerable and acknowledge the lack of confidence you might have as a dad, right? We have so much confidence at work outside of the home. And then when it comes to being a dad, we question ourselves. I was talking to one buddy before I had kids and just asked him what it was like being a dad. And he said, I thought I would be a much better dad than I am. And that kind of landed, surprised me. I think we get into being a dad and think we're going to have kids and it'll come naturally to me. I can be a dad. And then that's not what happens. So I just want you to notice what your brain is saying. You can even notice right now, what's your brain saying? Where is it placing judgment on yourself, on this speech? Where are you telling yourself you're in the arena playing hard? Where are you telling yourself that you could step it up? And where are you sitting on the sidelines? All right, we're going to have some drinks. We're going to eat like shit once in a while. We're going to skip workouts. That's part of it. We're going to yell at our kids. You know, this guy that said, I'm arguing more with an 11-year-old and it's unreasonable. He's in the arena. He keeps showing up. He knows that he messed up, feels a little guilty about it, but he's not going to beat himself up into a spin of checking out. Right? That part of the speech, the man who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. And instead of checking out or zoning out on your phone or pouring a stiff drink, you pay attention to your family. The man in the arena is the man who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends his time on a worthy cause. Like, the great enthusiasms are the small moments when you actually see your kid, when you celebrate something with them, when you laugh with them, when you look them in the eye and you actually see them. Those are the enthusiasms. Those are the exciting times. You watch them work hard and accomplish something and get to feel proud of them, proud of yourself, and that worthy cause that you're fighting for. I mean, nothing's more worthy than our families. That is a cause, the health of our family, the success of our family, driving our family to a place that we haven't been before. And we want to make our kids' life, our family life better, different than the one that we had. And the way to get there is to continue to motivate ourselves, and whatever that looks like. And if it's reading a speech like this, like it is for me sometimes, then you know what it is. And then you put that shit into action. So that's what I'm throwing out there for you guys. Appreciate you listening. I really, really do. These things about being a dad are such an awesome opportunity for us to have a really positive impact on the world. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Go to thedurabledad.com, check out that free course that's coming up, and have an awesome week. All right, before you take off, what is your big challenge for 2026? If you haven't decided yet, check out the next Grand Canyon trip, a 16-mile hike from the top of the canyon down to the Colorado River and back up. This is the kind of challenge that's going to push you into a higher gear. You're going to train, you're going to get in better shape, and you're going to check off a bucket list experience. So if you're wanting something to train for next year, a goal that's going to pull you out of the grind, this is it. We're assembling the team right now. All the details are on the website. Training starts in January. We hike in April. Check it out.